Nights go live tonight without any countdown. And at 4:30, I'm a wild man. Wow, wow, man. He's a wow, wow, man. How are you, wonderful people? Nobody's in here yet. They have no idea that I'm here yet. It's okay. We're having a significant amount of wind and some rain. I mean, they were talking about these horrific thunderstorms and all today, but that shit never happened. But the wind has been. Hello, Lisa Ann Alugali. Hello, Stephanie King Beeman or Bayman. I came in here early tonight. I came in like a wrecking ball. Did you see her at the Academy Awards? No, was she high? She looked like shit. I'm sneezing a lot today. And I had an incident earlier. When I sleep, I have to put on mouth tape. If not, my mouth gets all dry. So I put mouth tape on and I took a nap. And all of a sudden I awoke and I sneezed and it blew my mouth open and ripped skin off my upper lip. Sable's right next to me. You see my right arm? I know that looks perverse, but it's because I'm rubbing her butt. She's getting an upper butt scratch. Hello, baby girl. So what else happened in the news today? Well, Dolly Parton's husband died yesterday, I guess, or something. And Pope Francis is in bad shape. Reverend Jojo Bach is doing okay, though. I bet you people are looking at their phones, getting alerted to I'm on here, and they're saying 4:30 Sable. Honey, next week you have a vet's appointment that trims your nails and drains your butthole, but your nails are like horrific right now, honey. Oh, shit. Sable loves kisses too. Sable, what if I got you a table with a cushion on it next to me? Would you lay on that and not on top of me? I gotta answer my girlfriend. Hal, do you still use Venmo? Yeah. I have to use Venmo through Bach Entertainment. The other one I had stopped working. I never had a busted payment or anything. Uh, we were supposed to get thunderstorms in Michigan too, but never happened. So the good news is that Friday is Severance. Also, for those of you that are Paradise fans, I hope you got to see this season finale because it was good. And Holly told me that his wife. Now, what do you follow her on? How that she makes a on TikTok does post while watching his show, and Holly says it's pretty funny. She gives him a lot of shit. She gives his character some shit. I came in like a whore. Oh, sorry. That's not how the song goes. I don't even know what made me reduce myself to a potty mouth. Yesterday, we lost power for about, I don't know, it might have been a couple seconds, but it was long enough. Hi, Tom. It was long enough to kick on the generator. But my battery backup for this thing didn't hold and it went off. And everything in the house that's powered went off for about 5 seconds till it powers back up. And when it did, the cameras all came back online, except the back one out back was just wouldn't connect. So I was all out in its grill today getting that fixed. The one thing is I have to replace my phone because it stopped. I don't even hear it. And it's not because I'm deaf, it's just doesn't text. I don't get notifications. But the good thing is the new one is free. The only thing is I'm stuck with Verizon for 2 more years. But the fact of it is the Verizon for us in this area has the best service. Hi, Becky and Tom. If I didn't already say hi to Tom, I was going to show you some outside weather. Let's see if I can bring that up. One of the cameras wasn't resolving through this. Let me see if I can bring this up. and show you how crap and show you my leaning bush. Ooh, sorry. Do you see my? Well, here, let me. I need to put the overlay on. Yes, I did come on early today, Becky. But you see the bush there leaning over? I stuck some like an iron spike around it, but didn't help. And you can probably see the wind blowing the trees and all. Let me see if I can make that a little bigger. I don't like myself. Can I put? I don't like that either. This thing definitely does not allow you to do the same settings as the other program. Where's my picture in picture? I don't see my picture. Well, that's better. Hello, Mrs. Sable. I know, Ronnie. I came on early today. It's very stormy out. Well, you can see the wind blowing and it's raining, and my bush is blowing over.
You just like saying bush.
Bush. And
You don't have to come that way. Oh,
it's nice and warm today down here because we've got both space heaters on, and we've got the wood stove on. Oh, Archer, you sassy mouth little rapscallion.
no, Archer. No. You see this?
Archer, I think Mom was yelling at you.
You made your sister leave, Archer.
I don't know. I just find gloomy days like this. I don't like them like weeks in a row, but I do like gloomy days like this. They're especially like in the winter and all, because I find them soothing. Soothing, I find them, folks. And Tom, I'm glad to brighten up your afternoon. It's what I live for. And I'm not being sassy.
Archer, come here.
What was it? I just had something on my mind I was planning on telling people. Oh, this is what it was. I saw like a artist rendering last night that when the Earth was first formed, well, like 3.5 billion years ago, the Earth was all land, you know, and the basins and all. Hello, Janaea. What's for dinner? And it rained. The way the oceans filled up is it rained nonstop for hundreds of years, they said. And that's what filled our oceans. And Phil, is that you? With yet another name? I'm going to wait until Holly comes in here to tell this. But could you imagine? I guess it started filming the viral Dubai chocolate pistachio bar. Never heard of it. Chicken and potatoes. Did I tell you about Holly's potatoes? Oh, that sounds dirty almost. Holly took these little tiny potatoes and she boils them in water with all this salt. And then she takes them out and they crust over. So good. The only problem with coming on a little bit early is when it's before 5. I still have things to tend to. Hi, golf. Again, Ronnie, with the water. What was that? What was that message I got? They're going to rebuild your houses. That's great. Well, that is great news. But up here, everybody, and I think it was after Katrina, not Katrina. What hurricane was that we had a couple years ago? It didn't affect us, Holly, but it did Brigantine and all.
I don't remember the name.
Irene?
That might be it. Irene.
They wound up all these shore communities that were affected by a couple of the hurricanes. All the houses were razed. Hurricane Sandy, that's right. I know. Well, J Lo, I know how much I came on just for you because I know how much your job stresses you out. So I figured I'll come on while you're at work, and you can tell. Get your boss in front of the camera. Let me talk to them. I'll straighten them out. I came in like a wrecking ball. I know. I'm just a regular mensch. Look at how the camera lens is getting all covered over with schmeg. Finishing up a little something something here. She's in Lithuania. I was in Lithuania. Or no, I was not in Lithuania. When I was on a school trip to it wasn't my school, it was Westchester University, but my boss had a friend there that was a professor, and we went to visit the Soviet Union. I was in the Soviet Union, and I told this story before, but we were standing in Red Square when all of a sudden all these cars start pouring in, and we're forced to leave, and had no idea why. And it was the day. I didn't find out till I got home, and it was the day that Lithuania became the first breakaway republic. So we were standing by. There's this bell. It was the outskirts of, it was it's this big area where that big yellow building that used to say had a CCCP on it, which in Russian was SSSR, standing for USSR or some shit or something Soviet Republic. I don't, some bullshit. But we're there and we're standing at the end of the parking lot, and we're looking at this giant bell that has a chunk of it. I have a picture of it somewhere, so I'll find it and I'll let you know. A chunk of it was sitting on the ground in front of the bell. And years ago, it reminds me of our Liberty Bell with the big old crack in it. So this bell was playing, and anyway, this piece of it broke off and apparently killed a couple people because it fell down into the crowd that was beneath it. But they wound up, so that's on display. It's on the ground with the chunk of it sitting next to it. And we are standing there, and the tour guide's telling us about it. And it was about as interesting as watching paint dry. But anyway, all of a sudden, and it's tough. There's all these people in uniforms there. Some of them are cops, some of them are military. You don't know. Comes walking up, very, polite, tells the tour guide something that didn't sound polite, but it was polite. Just everything, like in Russian and German. German especially is a very harsh language. Kommen Sie hier mit mir. Kommen Sie hier mit mir nach meinem Hause. Come with me to my house. Approximately, that's what I just said. And German sounds harsh. And so does Russian, but not as Russian rolls a little bit off the tongue. But he said, "We have to leave." And he just basically outstretched his arms and walked towards us. And we were pushed back towards the tour bus, which in Russia, all the buses were in tourist, the touring company. So um, we were told we had to go. And the tour guides told us she didn't know why. But while we were standing there, all these black limousines were started streaming into the parking lot. It's like there was an emergency session call, and it was because Lithuania was the first breakaway Soviet republic. Now, with the United States, that year was, I want to say it was 1991. And I say that because I was in the military, and it was like a year after Desert Storm. And I had to go get like a briefing with OSI, Office of Special Investigations. And they basically told me don't take pictures of anything um, military or any like buildings that are Russian. Because, years ago in North Korea, that kid stole a flag off the wall and was arrested and beaten and finally released, but he died. Um, but they just warned us not to do any of that, and I didn't. But it was a fascinating trip. But yeah, they came streaming in, and we were told gets the hell out. But here's what it is. What I was going to say. I have mini strokes, but I do come back from them usually. Um, Now I forgot again. Oh, United States is right now threatening to get out of NATO. And of course, we are the force in NATO. And Vladimir Putin has said how he wants to reestablish an empire that that represents the same borders of the former Soviet Union. So basically, reestablishing the Soviet Union. And without the United States as a force of NATO, he could do that. And you know how much NATO intimidates Putin because there's been talk about adding Ukraine to to NATO. And if they did so, the agreement amongst NATO is if any NATO nation is attacked, all NATO nations respond. So if Ukraine was made a part of NATO, according to their charter, NATO would get involved and force Russia out. J-Lo, me telling J-Lo that news has just caused her to, I believe, take the phone off her desk and wrap the cord around her neck. J-Lo, step back. I I honestly Honestly, J-Lo, I don't think the Congress would allow that to happen. By the way, you see here, oh wait, it is showing. It is showing there. Let me bring this back up. You see this here? That bush normally stands straight up, but the wind is doing. I moved that bush over here into the corner a few weeks ago. We've been having a lot of high winds, and then it was mild. Oh, you're done with work. Oh, okay, good. I thought you were done with the political talk. I want to talk you down. And so I moved it back here. There's a little like hole there. I think what I'm going to do is dig the hole deeper and put this in there so there's more support. I'm reluctant to take it's in a big clay pot. I don't know if you can see that down there, but I'm reluctant to take it out of the pot and plant it in the ground because if I ever have to have work done, they would kill it. I have a friend who actually um, went to Israel like in November of last year and served for a year. He's Jewish and he went there, he's got family there, but he's not an Israeli citizen, although he is now. He wasn't, but he volunteered and went there and served for a year. Just got home 2 weeks ago. I remember up near cousin Darty's house. Yes, that's the lamp on the end table in the family room. Um, Up near cousin Darty's house is this like 3-story house, and at the very top of it, attached to the side, it's not there any longer. But when I was a kid growing up, it was there. The sign said, "Get us out of the United Nations." I don't know what was up with that person, but they were a bit of a rebel before being a rebel was cool. The coolest room, I think, in this house is above that window, that single window. That's that big L shaped room, but I never go up there. It's too far to walk. But I remember, oh, this is going back many years, probably 20 years ago. I used to have my editing stuff up there by that window, and I was working, and I had the window open a crack, and it was like midnight or something. It was a little after midnight, and I heard my name called from the driveway, and it scared the poo out of me. I looked down. There was my next door neighbor, Bob, and he told me there was a car accident out front. And I came down, and there sure was. We had, yeah, it was probably 20 years ago. Because for the first, actually, it was like 19, because for the first 6 years we lived here, there was never an accident out front. And then there were five, like almost in a row. It's possible there was something on the road or something. But since they've paved this road, knock on wood, there hasn't been an accident. Is Sable with you? Because he keeps getting up and getting down. I can't wait till Ronnie watches Paradise. Almost paradise. We're knocking on heaven's door. It was paved, but they re-paved it. And the road was in really good shape. I was surprised that they paved it, but the guy told me, this was a couple years ago. The guy told me, oh, it's been at least 20 years since it's been paved. And it was amazing. They came down the road with one machine, uh, ground it up, dumped there's a name for the ground asphalt, not shavings, but that's like what it does. And a dump truck follows it, and it dumped it in there. And then when they paved, they did it all in like a day. The whole length of our road. Here I am on my way home from the house I bought at a sheriff's sale on Steelmanville Road. Oh, sorry. This May will be 9 years since Bad Ben started filming. Yeah, Smile too. Did you watch it because of our recommendation? Because I know I have a lot of influence, me and Mrs. Biggins. Well, thank God you did find them, Ronnie. Thank God you did. Yeah, Smile 2's been streaming. Is it on Peacock, Kyle?
I think so. We saw it.
Prime. It's free on Prime now. Prime has such a weird interface anymore. I actually am a little upset because my HBO Max avatar, when you log in, was JB Smooth. And then about 3 weeks ago, a month ago, I was told choose an avatar. So now it's Dobby. Is that his name?
Dobby.
Dobby. Oh, she says it with such disdain. You hear? She's like, Dobby. Like I was such a disappointment to her.
Dead, so show some respect.
You mean the character or the voice?
Character.
He was a little shit ass anyway, wasn't he?
No, he wasn't.
How'd he die?
Saving Harry.
Oh, God. Almost paradise. Mexican. Are you making it, or are you having it delivered, or are you going out for it? I saw a picture in the past couple weeks of that movie with Karen Black. There were 3 movies in like one, and it had those little like Hawaiian dolls with the guy. I remember watching it on TV back then. You didn't have VCRs or any of that, but things in a suitcase and it's cutting its way out. I was a little kid and I was pooing. I wore diapers till I was 20 and now I'm starting again. I took 40 years off because scary movies. Trilogy of Terror, that's what it was called. And I've mentioned this before, but The Night Stalker, the first episode of it where he was like chasing the vampire, that scared me. And I remember seeing that episode when it first ran of X-Files with the inbred family.
Yeah.
Did they say they never played that again?
They aired it one time on broadcast television.
Is it on the streaming?
Yeah, and I have all the DVDs.
J-Lo said from Trilogy of Terror. Do you know what I'm talking about, Hal?
Yeah.
Well, J-Lo said her brother used to terrorize her by poking a plastic knife under the bathroom door while she was in there to mimic the tiki doll.
Oh, that's not nice.
Well, when I was a kid, we were not allowed to have like a Ouija board or tarot cards or anything like that. My mother said that after my grandfather died, my father's father, she awoke to a glowing figure standing outside the bedroom door. And she said, "Dad, go away." And it faded away. She also claims she fell asleep on the couch once and woke up levitating. And I said, "Ma, you sure you weren't doing you sure you weren't into the ganja back then?"
Ganja, really?
That's what it was called. Probably Mary Jane back then. By the way, for those of you that are just joined, I've been sneezing all afternoon. And I had taken a nap, and I put a piece of mouth tape on because if I don't keep my mouth tape shut, I wind up. Look, Kyle.
What?
Look at your dog. Oh, she got on the second bed
You
for.
jinxed it.
And I had that mouth tape on, and I sneezed and it ripped off, and I ripped skin off my lip. And my blood sugar has been majorly under control. Last night was the first night it didn't go. My alarm didn't go off because my sugar was too low.
I knew I wanted to ask you.
Well, I lowered my shot even more. I want to get off of this stuff. Keep lowering, losing weight. Ronnie said my brothers did that crap to me too. They really scared my sister with a fake snake. To this day, she can't stand snakes. Well, I don't like snakes either. We get these black racers, they're called, and they're huge, like 6 feet long. We've had them out here. And that's why I always check the backyard first because Duke would go out and look at them. Byron would be a little more like chasey, but Duke would go stand there and look at them. Sable would run out, see this thing, grab it in her mouth, and next thing you know, I'm sitting there trying to wrestle a snake that's wrapped around her off. Oh God. It's a freaking house of horrors.
Nine students were found dismembered on the side of a highway in Mexico.
Wow. You know, based on their technology and all, it's a possibility they were mannequins. No. Holly just reported that 9 students were found on the side of a road in Mexico dismembered.
They were on vacation.
Well, they were on vacation. All I can say about vacation is nobody puts baby in a corner. Look at that bush.
Stop with the bush.
See it blowing, folks?
They're showing like thunder in the area.
Well, we normally, if there's like a clap of lightning or something, we.
Look at the radar.
Oh, I'm busy here.
You're not on your phone.
Oh my God.
Look at the radar. There's like a line of heavy to extreme rainstorms heading towards us.
Oh, look at this, folks. Can you can't really say it. We have got to, let's see. This shows by 5:45 anarchy here. Oh Lord. We probably won't make it. Hang on, let me try and bring up the weather map in a browser. I'm looking for us. This map is not. Oh, here we are. Let me share this with you. This is Egg Harbor Township, if you can see it. And this is our location right here. And that's where this is right now. This is us. Can you see me moving the mouse here? This right here is us. And it is just approaching Robert Best Road, Holly. Oh, Lord Jesus. We're not going to make it through this. Holly, were they Mexican students?
No.
U.S. students?
It didn't specify, but they're only IDing 2 people. It was 4 girls and 5 guys.
What was one of the names? I'm not getting any younger.
Trying to find the name. Angie Lizeth. And Leslie N.
That doesn't sound Mexican. I hope they weren't U.S. students down there. I hope they weren't anybody, but they were.
Whatever happened to that woman that pulled over to the side of the road and said there was a kid running around?
Where?
Like about a year ago, and there were people looking for her, and she said she was kidnapped.
Here?
No, not here. In New Jersey, in America. It was a black girl.
Oh, they found out she was lying.
Yeah, but she didn't get charged with anything or anything?
I don't know. It wasn't a big enough story. She had pulled over on the side of a highway.
Yeah, it claimed there was a baby.
She claimed she was kidnapped.
Right. But she saw a baby on the side of the road.
All right, let's see how this is progressing, folks. Isn't that funny that the town nearest to us that we were adjacent to is called Scullville? Well, what the fuck is that? That's us at 545, which is where we are now. Here's the line of red. Look, Scullville. And this is where we're at right here. But then a mere 5 minutes later, the shit's gone. That's some bullshit. Wait, I don't think the map fully rendered, though. You see how it's cut off there? Let me see if I can get... Why don't we have any audio? Is there audio setting down here in the corner? I don't see it. Why don't I hear audio? The hell was that? Well, I'll switch to the big. This weather map ain't doing shit for me. This is the 4 cameras out front now. Oh, this is bullshit. Let me find this again. All right. This shows us under rain, under red right now. It shows us in the midst of it, and there ain't shit happening. I'm so disappointed. Oh, I didn't turn my mic towards me. I was told this is my best voice.
Is that your audiobook voice?
Oh, now it's pouring like a son of a bitch. Let me bring up this one camera. How do I bring up the one camera? You can't see shit on there. But here is a different angle. So let's see if it'll resolve. Do you see that rain coming down? Oh, it's coming down in sheets. Isn't that what they say?
Yes.
It's coming down in sheets. Oh my God. Nobody's talking. I don't think they're concerned that we're near death. I think that was lightning. How I think it's lightning out.
Yeah.
I think so. I'm a little bit scared. I think the fans are scared for us. They're not talking. I do believe I'm seeing lightning. Look at those assholes driving by that fast in this rain. That person went at a reasonable speed.
Some people like to drive fast in bad weather.
Some people drive too fast out in the rain. I can make a song out of anything. She is the biggins, as am I. Let me tell you a story about a woman named Holly. Look at this guy. We're watching the cars. I'm critiquing everyone's driving skills. Looking from this angle, folks, we could see an accident at any moment. I hope not, but I would run out there. I would probably rip off my shirt. I would run out there and save whoever. I'm trained in several forms of martial arts and first aid.
What belt are you?
I'm a brown. Well, no, it's black today. Oh, I have one of those belts that you can turn it over, and the buckle also reverses, and I could be a brown or black. But I've been mostly black because once you go black. Tom Kelly, J-Lo said we're here to let me know she's with us. And Tom Kelly says we're paralyzed with fear. I get that.
Oh my.
Oh, I got so many scenes of rain, Adam. The snow, that was the big catch. That was the big score this winter. Look at that stick blowing in the driveway. Did you see it? Oh my God.
Are you peeing yourself?
Now that truck came by at a reasonable rate. Howie, I may dampen my shorts. Almost paradise. I got J Lo singing that now, making Mexican. Adam, what kind of Mexican you having? I mean, it sounds like you're sitting on your ass and she's doing all the work, just like this house. I haven't cooked anything in about 4 years ago. I made the turkey.
You made lobster tails.
That's been a while.
And you made the clams or the.
Oh, the clams I cooked. Yeah. Do you see that stick again? Oh my God.
You also made that chicken that was very good on the grill.
Did we use them up yet?
No, there's one more I think in there.
My neighbor Russ, who constantly relies on me, he'll call me from one of his 3 homes. Hey, can you do me a favor? My $100,000 Cybertruck says the door is open. So I went over there and it was swung shut, but it just wasn't on. So I pushed it shut. He could see it on his app. He goes, thank you. And then I had to get his trash out of the middle of the street in a windstorm a month ago. And he's constantly, I helped him hunt his dog down one night who escaped. And so to pay us back, he stops by with a bag of 5 chickens. Quite an unusual gift. But the chickens were good.
You made it very good, and I made one in the crock pot, which was also very good.
Trader Joe's chicken enchiladas.
Oh, that sounds good.
Oh, good. Adam says she cooks, but he does the laundry and vacuums. I do the dishes, laundry, and vacuum. All right, you're a man. You're a good husband.
Good job.
We're proud of you. I eat, and I bought the dishwasher. And Howie bought the last vacuum cleaner. Let me tell you something. We got this Dyson vacuum cleaner about 5 years ago that cost like $1,000. And then she got this Hoover bullshit.
Is it Hoover?
I think so. That costs like $120.
Yeah, it was on sale at Target.
And it runs circles around the Dyson.
It still works really well. The Dyson worked good at the beginning.
No, it was bullshit from the start. It always left a line on the carpet.
Well, the only thing is with this one, the one that I got, it doesn't pick up his dog hair.
I think we ought to shave him.
Okay, we'll shave him. That means we have to shave her too.
And the cat. You should see this comforter on a bed upstairs.
It's not that bad.
Are you kidding me? It's a navy blue comforter and it looks white. That's the best mailbox we ever got. You see this here? That's the septic lid. And it was covered in grass, but last year we had the thing emptied. And I put grass seed on it and it grew back. It's that shit you put down. It's like the green material and you wet it and it grows. And it all grew back. And then the drought came in October and it died. When the spring gets here, I'll go out and throw some grass seed on it. I'll add that to the list. Trader Joe's chicken enchiladas.
What list?
Start a list. Do you ever get the Trader Joe's peanut butter cups?
They're very good.
Oh my God. They make dark chocolate too, but I'm not into that dark chocolate bullshit. I like the milk chocolate.
I heard that about you.
Some people, look at all the traffic coming down the road right now towards the bend. It sucks to be driving in the rain. These people are headed home from work, is what it is. I like the chocolate bark. And we used to have a Donna's Hallmark, and they had a candy counter in there, and they had the best candy. And she retired, and they turned that store into Planet Fitness, that and two other stores next to it. And across the street in Old Pier 1, they opened a Norman's Hallmark, which they had out in the Hamilton Mall, which isn't there anymore, but they opened another one across the street in Consumer Square, I think it's called. I don't know. Anyway, the Norman's doesn't have a candy counter, and the lighting in there sucks. It's all this bright white lighting, like you're in a Big Lots. Donna's used to have like track lighting, and it was yellow, and it made me happy. Oh God, I'm going to have to belch. I'm sorry. I apologize for that, folks. I got to figure out where to set up DoorCam. I would like to find a place to put that out near the road so that we could spy on traffic.
Tell them about the sign you wanted to know.
I want to get one of those LED signs and put on the front lawn. That in the morning we can say, good morning, enjoy your day. And at night we can put, good evening, enjoy your evening. And we can put on there season finale of Paradise on Hulu. I get excited every time I see a car coming around that bend and down towards their house. Now there's two cars. That happens because about a mile down the road, there's a traffic light. And when the light changes, all the cars come through. and I watch the other cameras looking for, in case a car flips, I'll switch the camera there and you can watch me run out there shirtless. Oh, the night vision went on. Well, it switched back off. You can see our BUSH leaning over.
Say it. Go ahead and say it.
Bush.
That's just the way you say it. Even just saying it regular makes it sound sexual.
I had a friend who was an F-16 pilot. He was my roommate for a little while, and he gave me a ride in the back seat of an F-16. This was October the 11th, 1996. I remember because I had just become a commissioned. I earned a ride because I earned a best scene to date in an ORI. They call it something else now, but it was an operational readiness inspection when I was the deployment officer. But to be honest with you, we had so much help. But I earned as a reward for being one of the, you got named something like a superior performer. That's what it was. And then he gave me my ride. I wanted him to give me the ride. And he used to say, Bush. Let me tell you, we got a place called the Funny Farm here. And she has 600 rescue animals. Goats, pigs, chickens, bulls. She's got a bull, a cow. This right here is a sign that says welcome. When we first moved here, my sister gave us one of these that said, welcome, the box. And the sign broke. So she got us one that just says welcome. She didn't care enough to make it say the box, the second one. Fanny Farmers. We have a place in Wildwood called Laura's Fudge that I've gotten Easter bunnies and Easter eggs from, buttercream or coconut. We usually get buttercream. But if somebody doesn't like buttercream, we got coconut. I would think it'd be the other way around, but like this one, she doesn't like coconut. So they're so good. We didn't go there the past 2 or 3 years though, because pandemic and other bullshit. She usually is open for Easter, and then they go to Florida for 2 weeks afterwards, and then they open for the summer. But this year Easter's kind of late, isn't it? Like the last week in April. Hey, Google, when is Easter this year?
Easter will be on Sunday, April 20th.
Yeah, it's not as late as it could be, but April 20th. How far is that from now, Al?
Wow.
Like 6 weeks, 7 weeks. But Ash Wednesday was today. Do you want me to go over to the Woodstone, get some ash, and rub it on your forehead?
Sure. Okay.
Where's Debbie tonight? She didn't know I was going to be on this early. This was a surprise to everyone. I've been on an hour and a half already. I'm a rock star. Is Sable with you?
She just left.
Archer's on his pillow. I just received an email. Oh, you people are full of shit. I'm mesmerized by outside. That is the spotlights that light up the front of the house. But there's only 2 out there now. I took the third one out because I thought it was short circuiting. It was, but that wasn't. It was setting off our Ring doorbell. We would hear this, and then we turn on the Ring doorbell, and there was this loud smash. But then it happened only once since then. I think it's actually time for it to be on. I'm going to leave it off though because we can see the road good. In case there's anarchy. This is the best view probably for the Benites and me. You see the mailbox lighting up? That means the car is coming from the other direction. And this bright light up here on the pole is the infrared on the camera that points. Oh, wait, not there. The camera that points here. And that bright light was the other camera pointing the other way. And there you can see my leaning bush. Here, if we look at this view, we don't see any of those bright lights. I don't think I have the backyard. Oh, yeah, I do. I had to reestablish this today. But I filled the bird feeder and the squirrel feeder. And the bird feeder out front, the birds were going nuts on. Right over here, you can't see it, but there's a bird feeder hanging from that tree. And that's because Sophie sits up here in the window and watches the bird feeder. Oh, the front lawn lights just came on. Now here, I just moved the camera so it's not pointing. This thing won't give me the prompt now. I can't change the view. What happened? Oh, I just crashed it. All right, here's what I want to show you. You're getting all the trivia tonight. This right here, this birdhouse, was built by, I told you I knew a set of twins and they were in Spider-Man, the one with Tobey Maguire, where Tobey Maguire's standing on stage getting his diploma. The twins, Gary and Larry, yes, that's really their names, were standing on either side of them. And they also had a scene in the hallway of the school. They told me about how James Franco got yelled at by the director. And anyway, Gary's boyfriend, Mike was his name, built these birdhouses. And I had this in the house for like just the birdhouse. It wasn't on the pole. I had it. Oh, Adam said he was hoping for a view of my bush. You dirty, dirty, dirty man. Here, I'll give Ronnie the spooky view. There's lots of rain. There's my bush, Adam. That thing's now probably about 8 feet tall. You see the ones up on the front porch here? And I showed you when I showed you the front door. They're like about 3.5 feet tall. They started half that size. We got them at Home Depot at Christmas. They had like a red ribbon on them, and I just put them on the steps. Well, I put this one in a bigger pot, and it just kept growing and growing. And I do have a bigger pot yet that I think I'm going to put it in, because I don't want to plant it in the ground, because maybe if I planted it up here in front of the porch. We had hedges as a kid that were a pain in the ass. Adam eats Mexican and he gets a little fresh. We haven't seen the Di Gregorios tonight. We haven't seen Debbie Bernhardt. It's probably because they don't know. They got a notification, but like 90 minutes ago. Scott does his. This Lyft and Uber. I just texted him, said, "Are you working tonight?" He said no. That's a cat Holly sent me. It's terrifying.
There's James.
How's the Pope doing? Veterans Affairs to lay off more than 76,000 employees. They're talking again about doing away with daylight savings. The Supreme Court ruled against Donald Trump. Iranian singer Mehdi Urahi given 74 lashes over protest song. How about that? You know, I did hear somebody about the VA hospitals. I did hear somebody come up with a pretty good idea some years ago. Veterans hospitals cost so much to maintain. Why not just give veterans ID cards that allow them to go into any hospital? Because veteran hospitals are spread out a lot further than regular hospitals, too. So a veteran could go to their local hospital and get treated. Well, anyway, folks, I've been on for an hour and 45 minutes because you deserve me for that long. And we watched the rain, but it looks like the thunder never materialized. But thank you for keeping me company and watching my bush. And I'll be back on tomorrow night. See you. Love you. Bye for now.